What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Today's episode is going to be a long one, so we're going to put some timestamps up. This way you guys can pick and choose where you need to go in the video, but let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's talk about the cabinets we're going to use today. So we're going to use 4 cabinets. They're wired for 16 ohms each. They're all 2x12s, so that makes all of the speakers 8 ohms. All right, so the first cabinet is going to be, we have the Mojo ISO cab. We have our Ward 2x12 oversized cab. We have our EVH Stealth, and I think it's also going to be the Mojo Twin Canyon ported cab as well. So those will be the 4 cabs that I'm going to be using in today's episode as far as what we're miking up. All right, so let's talk about the speakers. All of the speakers are 8 ohms. Everything is wired for 16 ohms. We're going to be using, so the Jensen Raptor 100, the Jensen Nighthawk 75, the Jensen Electric Lightning, the Mojo Greyhound. We're going to be using CreamBack Heavy 75, or the H75 CreamBack by Celestion. Warehouse guitar speakers, the DW75, the Dusty Warren Signature. Incredible speaker. We've also got the Fane F70, the DV77 by Eminence. All right, so the microphones. Let's talk which ones we decided to go with. I'm going to be using 2 Shure SM57s. I'm going to be using 2 Lewitt MTP 440s. We're going to be using a Universal Audio SD1. We're going to be using a Sennheiser E906. And we're going to be using a Telefunken M80 and a Telefunken M81. Now, those are the microphones that I'm using only on the speakers. All right, let's talk about the setup, what we're doing. So we're going to take the guitar. In this case, we're going to use my PRS 245 SE. We have the Holy Diver pickup set installed from Bare Knuckle Pickups. That's going to go directly into my Motu M4 Audio Interface. I'm going to run an output from that directly into my Radial REAMP box. That is going to feed into the amp switcher. All right, so the signal chain will go from the guitar to the interface to the amps, or the REAMP box. The REAMP box goes to my Guptech MLAC. That's going to feed my tuner and my overdrive pedal, which then goes to my noise, or my amp switcher. The amp switcher is going to feed the amp and the cabinets. And that's what I'm going to use for the basis of capturing all the tones. This will allow me to switch between which cabinet. All right, let's talk about the quick setup that we're doing. Again, the Evo is going to be recorded on this track here. All right, so that's our direct input. That's for the guitar. That, as you can see, also there is no plugins, there's no EQs, none of that is being used. All right, so we're going to go into with the guitar. The output goes to the reamp box. The reamp box here goes into the switcher, and that is going to all the other microphones. So inputs 5 through 12 are the 8 inputs on the Audient Evo 16. Inputs 1 through 4 are going to be on my Motu M4, but we're only utilizing that first input. Outputs 29 through 30 is going to be the playback. And as you can see at the bottom here, I don't have, or I have all of everything labeled. All right, so it shows you, which ones are what. And so we're going to record our DI input. We're going to go ahead and do just a basic riff of some nonsense. I've got everything muted except for the vocal mic at the moment. And this way we can go ahead and get it recorded. Let's go. All right, so that is going to be the DI. Let's listen to that real quick. It's funny because you can hear the playback coming through Let me mute that. Actually, it might not be coming back. Maybe you can hear it now. All right. So that is our DI signal. Let's go ahead. We're going to undo the recording because we're not going to record that. So let's go ahead and record the ISO cab. And we have the Stealth 2x12, so that would be these two. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and mute this and the playback, so this way you guys aren't getting your eardrums. It might help if I turn the amp switcher back on. All right, so now we're going to do the other two cabs. I need to actually pull up my Evo interface here, and we're going to mute all of the other microphones. All right, so we've got that going. Let's go ahead and change it out on Logic. No, I don't know a faster way. So if somebody does know a faster way, by all means, tell me. So here we go. All right, so we got everything kind of set up. I'm gonna take this off, set that down, and we'll mute the output of that now. So let me get my headphones on. All right, now let's go ahead and do some experimenting. Yes, I do have a background cable. I need to fix that. All right. So now let's mute that. And we'll go ahead and mute everything. You guys know a faster way how to mute all these tracks? Because I don't. All right, so let's listen to our playback for the DI. Well, did I miss one? Oh, I did miss one. You guys hear anything? I don't hear it. Very, very strange, my good sir. Very strange. Oh, duh. Output's going to 3. So let's change that real quick. Yeah, okay, so now you guys should be able to hear the original playback. I'm an idiot. Alright, so that is our DI. So I'm going to put this back to my mono output 3. Alright, so anyways, we don't need that. Alright, so let's listen to the ISO cab. This is pretty much what I use in all of my recordings. All right, but let's say we want to do the Raptor, and let's go with the Mojo and Greyhound. right, so I'm gonna leave this down here so you guys can see the names. Just trying to zoom in a little bit and see the waves. I want to make sure everything is kind of in phase the best I can, just because I don't really know what I'm doing. So we'll pick. It'll look like that, right? So that's going down. Yeah, they're okay. That's all going down. That's going down. Yeah, I guess, okay. Everything looks to be in phase for the most part. Of course, timing. Well, actually, that one there is, oh, that's the DI. It looks to be in phase. I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm not a studio engineer or a sound or a producer or, you know, whatever. Anyways, so let's go with the Greyhound. Actually, we'll do this. We know what the Nighthawk and the Raptor sound like. Let's go with my first cabinet that I have in the room, which is, this is my Evo, or my EVH Stealth. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's do. Let's go. Come on. Do. I'll pick it up right about here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's change the electric lightning for the DW75. Let's go with the CreamBack. Let's get rid of the CreamBack. We'll go with the DV77. Go with the Fang. Go with the Raptor. Nighthawk. That sounds good. Let's put the Nighthawk with the electric lightning. Real bright. Real bright. Let's go with the electric lightning, and let's do the Jensen or the Raptor. That sounds very similar. Yes, that sounds very similar. Now, let's isolate them a little bit. So the electric lightning is very, very bright. To me, it's kind of honky. It's got this weird kind of sound to it. I'm not a big fan of the speaker, but it is nice to have. It does sound good blended with the Greyhound, so I am okay with that. You can hear it. It's a very cold sounding speaker to me. The Greyhound is also a very bright speaker in the room, but it does pair well with the electric lightning, so I'm kind of okay with this blend, at least right now. All right, so that would be my EVH cab. Let's go over to the CreamBack Heavy 75 and the DW75. Now this is what I have in my Ward guitar cabinet. And to me, it's incredible. There's a lot of low end, but it's very tight. It's got, to me, it's just a good balance. I really enjoy this cab a lot with this speaker setup. It's got a lot of nasally to it. It sounds much better in the room. Again, I'm an amateur, so I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, so let's take a look at my favorite cab, which is the Mojo Tone 2x12. It's the Twin Canyon that is ported. Now, this cabinet has a DV77 and an F70. Now, the feigned F70 is kind of a bright speaker, but nowhere near the same context of like the Electric Lightning or the Greyhound. I first saw this speaker on Christian Kohler's channel some time ago, and I've noticed that I have a very different opinion of it than he does, and that's cool. You know, everybody's got their own taste. Tone is always subject, but I know he doesn't like it. At least in the video, he didn't like it. But I think it sounds incredible with the DV77. So... I don't know, it's got a good sound to it. Let's listen to it by itself. Sounds really good. Now, this is the DV77 by itself. Contrary to popular belief, I am not a big fan of that speaker. It's just, I don't know. It's just not quite for me. But I also don't downtune a lot of my stuff, so maybe that's part of the problem. So that would be my Twin Canyon. And then, of course, we have the ISO cab, which I've already done. Sounds so good. So let's kind of get some blends. Let's look at the Greyhound and the F70. Let's do the CreamBack and the Electric Lightning. I can already tell you I'm not, no. It's too much sizzle. Yeah, it's way too much sizzle. The F70 and the CreamBack. Let's take a look at the DW75 by itself. Now, this is a speaker. I don't think they make it anymore for whatever reason, which is a real big bummer. I bought 2 of them when they first came out, and I was actually going to buy 2 more. And when I went to go buy them, they stopped selling them. So I don't know if it was like a limited run for Dusty Warren or what the case may be. But it really is an incredible speaker. It almost reminds me of the Warehouse guitar speakers. What is it? The Reaper HP, but a slightly different voicing from that. So, or maybe it's the Veteran 30. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But anyways. It's a little bit like the DV77. A little bit less mids, it sounds like, on the DV77 compared to it, but I'm a big fan of the DW75. I think it sounds incredible. It is a little bit on the high-end sizzle with a CreamBack. But in the room, it doesn't pick that up. So a lot of this could be the mic placement as well. Let's keep that in mind. Yeah, it's a little closer to the dust cap on probably the CreamBack. Yeah. So let's go with the DW75 and the Raptor. Go with a Nighthawk. Back to the Raptor. That sounds good. Yeah, I like that a lot too. Let's try the F70 and kind of mix it around. Go with the electric light. Greyhound. Let's go with the DV77 and the electric lightning. So that was 3 speakers blended. I'm an idiot. All right, let's get rid of the Raptor. DV77 and the electric lightning. That's not too bad. Now again, you know, mic placement is everything, so that could be part of it. So, you know, just for fun, all right, this is my main output here. Output's 29 and 30. Let's do a high pass and a low pass filter. Turn all these off. We are going to put a high pass filter at we'll do 11,005. Well, 11,400. And we'll put this at we'll put that at 70 hertz. Close enough. You guys are cool with that? Does that look okay? What the fuck is this number do? I don't know. Let's set it at 71. I have no idea how to use Logic, so you know, it is what it is. So my shelves are that. So that is going to be what we're going to listen to. Let me move this out of the way. Whoops. Yeah, I need to have that. Blocking all your shit. Let's go with, what do we got? DV77. It's very subtle. Very, very subtle. I'm going to change that number somehow. Okay. Is that even working? No, because it's in the wrong freaking one. I'm an idiot. No, cancel. No plug-in. Let's try it again, shall we? God, fucking nerd. I'm gonna have to watch some more YouTube videos, you guys, because yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna put this at 70. close enough. Let's bring this down to 11,000. Turn it off. Alright, so that's with the DV77 and the Electric Lightning. DV77 by itself. Let's go with the F70. Electric Lightning. Anyways, that's kind of the setup. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Hopefully you guys can kind of get an idea of the different speakers set up the way I do in the room. But yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys can tell me your thoughts and opinions on some of the setups down below. I know the Electric Lightning was requested. I'm just not a big fan of that speaker overall. Again, in the room, it does sound okay with the Greyhound. But in the room, my F70, DV77, and my DW75 and CreamBack are just incredible sounding cabinets. I'll probably never change those cabs. I do have another cab. Actually, I have two more cabs that are not mic'd up. One is it's an orange open back 2x12, and it's got Celestion's, what is it, 70th anniversary? So what is that, a G12 H75 or something like that? And then my other one is a Mojo Imperial 2x12. And think of like a Marshall, you know, slanted cab, but it's a 2x12 version. And that one is loaded with the Warehouse Guitar Speakers Invader 50s. So kind of like a greenback. So anyways, that is today's overall setup and stuff. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought. If I should do more, probably not. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one.